freaking. I did it this morning before I went to work. I just got home again and I got a ton of freaking ice on it, man. Look at this shit. Man, it was like 3 degrees last night, man. I thought my shit was gonna bust open. How's it going, everybody? Salt in the steps, man. Gotta do this every freaking day, dude, since this freaking storm. It's been like freaking clockwork, man. Gotta do this every day, bro. Fucking hell. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother, dude. I mean, all these ICE agents are coming to West Virginia rounding up immigrants with the name like ICE. They need to come and get all this ice off of my driveway. I ain't about to freaking, and if the snow was loose after the day it snowed, like 2 weeks ago, I would have done it, but this is solid ice, bro. Solid ice. I'd take a sledgehammer to this thing just to get it off, bro. Get out of here. More salt in my fucking life. Salt in my vein in my existence, y'all. This freaking weather, man. It's like 26 out today, but man, it was ripping up the other day, man. Hopefully some of this thing salt will take some of this ice down, man. Jesus Christ. And it snows so bad on that driveway, I'm not even gonna attempt to try to freaking shovel it, dude. I need a jackhammer to get all that stuff off, bro. I've already salted these steps like 16 times already. And this salt has not done diddly squat so far. I gotta salt these because I gotta come down these in the morning before I go to work. So just around this spot here. Yep, I think we got that pretty much done. But what happens is the overhang up there, the water drips off the roof and just turns this whole thing inside a solid ice block, dude. It's like Iceberg Alley, bro. Freezing my butt off, man, I'm telling you. I mean, look at it over there. This is 2 weeks ago. Still got snow, man. Get out of here with this shit, bro. I could live without it. I'm gonna do one more scoop of salt, dang it. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Freezing my butt off, y'all. Those of you guys that live in a warmer temperature weather, God bless you for it. If you had to live here like this crap every freaking season, you'd freeze your bahookie off. And get this here driveway here. Yeah, I am salty as fudge. This stuff keeps me freaking busy all the time. I wasn't about to do the whole dang driveway, but I had to bust off these whole entire steps with a sledgehammer. It looked like an iceberg. The day after it snowed, it was up to here, to this step here. And it was just solid block of ice, dude. I mean, it snowed and then it sleeted on top of it. Oh, it was good. How you doing, Crypt OCCG? How you doing, 5SSS4? Yeah, my day's been okay. Just got home from work. Already done. Knocked the ice off of here this morning. I come back home and there was ice all over them again. It's a never-ending story. I know most of the snow's done melted off the roof, but it's snowing again. I know. It's freaking 26 degrees today. Don't feel like it, though. Feels like it's freaking... Feels like it's 11. 11 Fahrenheit, man. Screw all that, bro. I mean, it's just... It's everywhere out here, man. It's been bad last night, man. It's like fucking... I think it was 3 degrees. What's up, D3V Kaiser? How's it going, homie? Y'all enjoy the winter weather. If you don't got winter weather, here you guys go. There's plenty of it. the plowman came out here the other day and got the street, but man, every time he does it, dude, it leaves like a big giant wave of fucking snow right here. Bro, let me tell you, it's messed up. You gotta literally walk over it if you want to get your mail. Supposed to snow today a little bit, not much, but I gotta go get my mail while I'm out here. Might as well. Just walked about a mile to get here. My buddy and me carpool because my car's in the shop. No mail. No mail's good mail, bro. What state are you in? I'm in Kentucky. I'm in West Virginia. Southern West Virginia. How you doing? Nice to meet you, Kentucky. Oh my God, Lee, man. Look at that shit down there. That's 2 weeks. Look at that mountain of snow down there they done busted up and put up there. It's up to my freaking chest, man. My buddy's son was up there on the hill the other day, snow sledding and stuff. Look at the icicle formations right there, man. Jesus Christ. It's unreal, man. It is unreal. I gotta go to the store here in a little bit. I thought I'd go live to show you the mess from the storm last night. We had a cold advisory. There goes the plow guy. we had a cold advisory yesterday, man. It was pretty brutal, man. I thought my pipes were gonna go. At this kind of weather, your pipes usually will go, you know. I mean, it's nothing but straight mountain and straight. Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad. Look at all the snow in the mountains up there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's all snow down this hill here. And it ain't abated, not once. I'm kind of praying that it'll freaking melt and we get some decent, like, somewhat normal winter weather, but it's been several weeks, at least 2 or 3 weeks. It's been like this for 3 weeks, so, you know. I'm not being the weatherman or being a Captain Obvious type of thing, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is. It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. I gotta close this garage door. Just had to put some salt on them steps, man. Good God almighty, dude. That is bad, dude. Just got home, I had to walk up them. About did a baseball slide and broke my butt cheeks. Pretty bad, man. Oh, hellfire. Oh. How's it going, DMD? Yourself, Slew? Yeah, I'm good. You're from Bangladesh. Nice to meet you, buddy. I hope you got some nice weather in Bangladesh. Bangladesh. It's a beautiful country, by the way. It's in northern India, isn't it? Northern India is a very pretty country. Very pretty country. Got some tigers, you got elephants, you got all the good stuff, right? Stuff we don't got here. I think you got bears and wolves too, don't you? Yeah, we got bears too. We got mountain lions, but we don't got no darn, we don't have any darn tigers. Only the ones in the zoo. Just thought I'd go live and shoot the shit with y'all, man. Fucking, oh my God. It's fucking cold out there, dude. I've been in this shit all day, dude. Ugh. Probably only get weather like that in like Nepal and the Himalayas, bro, where you live. I ain't looking forward to it. I hate weather like this, I swear to God. But I had to salt them damn steps again. Whew, man, that sucks. That'd be the second time I've had to take a sledgehammer to them and bust all the ice off of them. I ain't about to do that whole driveway. Now, if that driveway was powdered up, yeah, I'd do it. But that first big snow and cold we had, man, just clobbered that stuff on my driveway. And I ain't in an attempt to try to shovel that crap, dude. I'll wait till doomsday before I do that, bro. It's too much work. I've been busy all through the weekend, so I ain't got time for that crap. With all this bad weather and stuff, man. I just thought I'd show you guys all the freaking snow and ice, man. It's, ugh. I don't even want to be out there, dude. I couldn't even find my gloves this morning. My hands have been turning purple on and off all day. Salty as fuck. Winter blows. Yes, it does. Let's see here. To get in the house and turn my computer on real quick so I can see the chat better. Let's see. MD Yer Sheik. Nice to meet you, man. Are you country? From America? Yeah. I guess you would call me country. And people like Silver Knight over there, he's from Kentucky, so pretty much the same fucking backyard. You know, being country as hell. I grew up in Florida until I was 12, and then I got adopted off by my grandparents, and I moved up here. So I live in West Virginia. It's just one of those weird states. And before you get into your feelings, no, we do all wear shoes here in West Virginia. We're not that backwards as hillbillies. Except that one little blight on our state, which is the Whitakers, unfortunately. Hey, also too, good news. They found those people who conned the Whitakers, man. They caught them up here where I live, and they're arresting them for scamming the Whitakers. And that was a big thing on the internet, that two people were using the Whitaker name to like scam people out of money for merchandise they never got or something like that. And they caught the dude that did it, finally. So there's some kind of justice, at least for the Whitakers. I mean, ain't nothing gonna fix their life. I mean, but yeah, at least they gotta have some solace that they caught the people who ripped them off. You know what I mean? That was a big internet scandal here. Because, Soft White Underbelly did a few, videos on them and stuff. I guess they were raising money for a house and, whatever, all that didn't fall through and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, it's up there in Odd, West Virginia. They're like the most inbred family on the planet. I'm not inbred myself, okay? My dad was from Virginia. My mom was from West Virginia. It all worked out, We're not family. But there is some people here that live here that do that shit, But when I moved here, it was like a culture shock when I was a kid, when I heard about all this stuff, My granddad would tell me stories about the Whitakers when I was a kid, Because my grandfather was from Kentucky. I think he was from Butcher Holler. He moved up here with his brothers and his parents before the war happened, and then, he got drafted into the military during the Second World War. But when he came back, he worked as a coal miner. But the Whitakers have always been here. They've always been like what they call the little blue people of the Appalachians. People so fucking inbred they can't be distinct from a certain genome. I ain't making fun of them or nothing, but they can't help their circumstances. I think I went down there like twice when I was really young. I think I was like 13 or 14 with my grandfather. And my grandfather used to be a lumber guy. He worked in the lumber mill up in down where he lived, but they would clear cut some of those mountains out there in Odd, West Virginia, on public land that they were petitioned by the government to go out and, clear out overburden and stuff like that. And, he'd go out and cut it all out and then take it to a sawmill and dry all the wood out and stuff and sell it or whatever. It's just something him and his brothers used to do in the 90s. He worked a lot of different jobs. He did a lot of shit, dude. He worked in the coal mines. He retired in the coal mines in 89. In the 90s, he did a lot of lumber stuff with his brothers. His brother owned a sawmill. So he used to go down that holler, in Odd Holler, and they used to leave a bag of candy and some food and clothes for the Whitakers out there by their mailbox. You know what I mean? They'd ring a little bell and they'd come out and get it. You know what I mean? They're really nice people. They're just, not right in the head, I guess, from, generations of living up in the hills and stuff. It just, we call them possum people here. Not to make fun of them. It's just what my grandpa used to call them. Possum folk. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But now they got the dudes that ripped them off or scammed their name. It's cool though, man. I totally agree with that because they're special needs, and they don't need to be taken advantage of like that, unfortunately. Not a lot of people knew about them until, social media and people going out there fucking with them and stuff, you know what I mean? It's a shame. They just can't leave them alone. If they could help them one way, but don't be filming their life. It's bad enough they live the way they do. Going out there and messing with them and stuff has brought them attention that they don't need necessarily, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but people do harass them. It's just like It's like a train wreck, People like the whites, people like fucking with the whites here. They're all junkies. You know, most of them were at one point. You got Mame and Josco and Derpy, Derpy, Mame and Derpy. I heard Mame's house burnt down in Charleston, I believe. No, Boone County, I believe. Yeah, Boone County. And I ain't from Boone County. My grandparents lived in Oceana. I'm not nowhere near Boone County at all. Boone County's like the opposite way of the other side of the mountain. We don't even recognize Boone County where I come from. But unfortunately, where I grew up, a lot of my friends I went to school with passed away from the drug epidemic they had in Boone County. Not Boone County, but Oceana. And yeah, it was bad, man. There for a while in the mid 2000s, man, I had several friends of mine that overdosed on drugs and stuff out there, man. It's a sad place, man. Once they closed down the mines and they got rid of all the stores out there, they didn't really have much opportunities. The only outlet they have is probably doing drugs. It's like 2005 all the way into the mid 2000s and stuff like that. I got off of it, but a lot of people, they still were addicted to it and shit that I knew I grew up with in school and stuff. But I mean, I got family members that were on it too. It's just a bad scene all around. But once they closed those pill mills down there, boy, that place went to shit, bro. I mean, abandoned houses, fucking burnt down houses. It's just bad out there, man. People getting in fucking knife fights over shit. I see people getting shot at over in Oceana. It used to be called Pilsiana. That was the nickname for it, It had this little creek running down the road. They used to call it Fight Creek. We used to go down to the creek, go down, catch crawdads and stuff, and then you see a bunch of tweakers down there fighting over a pill bottle. In between the trailer parks, you know what I mean? I don't miss living down there. I live uptown now, but back in the day, I grew up down there, and it's a pretty place. Oceana's really pretty. It's just a lot of drugs, no work, no job opportunities, a lot of disparity. It's just, but people have, Southern hospitality down there, and they take off the shirt off their back to help you if they could. A lot of people live in trailers and shit. I mean, I didn't live in a trailer myself. My grandfather's property was all like farmland and shit. He was a farmer. Well, he farmed on the side when he retired. We used to grow everything. Everything. A couple of his brothers were moonshiners. They were always in and out of jail from revenue relations and shit. But his other brothers were hardworking motherfuckers, dude. They worked up in the coal mines, retired, and started doing lumber and drywall and, framing houses and stuff like that. But then the bottom dropped out in 2008, and in the housing market, they had to close a lot of the businesses down there. It's really bad. I love Oceana, though. When I was a kid, it was nice. People had their doors unlocked. Nobody gave a shit, No drugs really bad at all. When I was really young, it was like everybody knew each other's name. It was like Mayberry on fucking steroids, dude. I think the only store we had was like this little like script store from the old Binds back in the day. We used to have to go up there and stick our hand into the candy jar. They have legit. This is like stuff that you would see in the old Western, like an old dime store type of thing. They had like candy jars, with different types of candies. They didn't sell beer because it was a dry county and you couldn't buy beer unless you drove into Virginia back then to get beer or alcohol, because it was like, all the mamas and the aunties out there was like fucking Bible thumpers, you know what I mean? And they would just die knowing if one of their relatives is drinking or doing anything illicit, you know what I mean? But we used to go in there. They call it a script store because old mining stores, but it was like every store, because we had that creek and we used to go fishing in that creek. So they had a bait and tackle shop in the back where you can get a whole bucket of minnows and get you some live, like some night crawlers. And then you can get you an RC cola or cherry cola or cherry wine cola and get you a moon pie, get you bait, and then go up to the up in the holler and go trout fishing up in that there creek with some smallmouth bass fishing when I was a kid. I usually didn't go to get bait there because I used to go in my grandpa's garden and pick potato bugs, out off the potato plants in the summer and spring. But in the wintertime, like when it was trout season, of course, we only had a little old store there. It was like a script store. A script was like, mining script. You didn't really have like, they didn't pay miners money, but we had to pay money to them now. But back in the olden days, it was a really old store. I went down there not long ago. It was probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and we went out in the holler down there, and that store is just caved in, dude. It's abandoned, but we used to go there and get bait and stuff and trout fish out there. After the old fella come out there from the stocking place and just dumps trout out there, we just load up on trout, man. Old stockers, a couple brown trout, some rainbows and stuff like that. We had some good sized smallmouth in there though. We used to catch tons of smallmouth out there. We used to catch these hellbender salamanders, things longer than my damn leg, dude. We used to pull them up out of the freaking creek and then like take pictures sitting on them. They were fucking huge, dude. Big old giant salamanders, dude. We used to call them water dogs. That's what we call them here. But trout, smallmouth bass fishing, that was a good time there. Catch bluegill, greenfish, sunfish in that little air creek. I used to use my little old Zebco 33. That's all I ever used as a kid. When I was like 13 and 12 fishing back there in the holler. We used to have to like walk up the bank. Of course, this is before we didn't even know anything about waders, man. We didn't give a shit about waders. We'd just walk in the dang creek, middle of winter, from hole to hole to hole, just fishing miles. I can't do that anymore. I'm so old. My legs probably give out under me from the stress because it couldn't bear it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we did a lot of fishing back there. But there was a lake. I go fishing now. Me and my grandfather used to camp down there. That's the reason why I go fishing at most of these lakes. You'll see like a lot of my fishing videos at certain lakes, like the Lost Lake. Nobody even knows that lake exists. That I fish at for bluegill and bass. Nobody knows it exists here. It's been there since the 1930s. Nobody knows about it here. Only a handful of people that know about it. When the ones that know about it usually live around it. And I fish the crap out of that lake, man. There's such good fishing in there. You just catch everything. You catch smallmouth, largemouth, freaking bluegill. But I remember going to that very same lake in my granddaddy's John boat with a little electric trolling motor. And we'd dig up worms the night before. On a good rain in spring, we'd go down there and load up on bluegill and bass. We just putter around that lake. But the Lost Lake is Lost Lake. It's just like one of those, I think it's Army Corps of Engineer lakes that really not many people know about, you know what I mean? And it's a really good lake, too. And my buddy I work with, we fish on it all the time with his sons and stuff, man. And he didn't even know about the lake, dude. I was like, yeah, I used to go here fishing as a kid, man. I used to fucking load up on fish, man. It's probably, by the time June hits, it's like overfished to death, you know what I mean? Overfished to death. But I'll tell you what, you catch some nice bass in there. But the other lake I fish at, that's the only place we can catch crappie around here. I know everywhere else people fish for crappie. They catch them in rivers and stuff. I ain't never caught a crappie here in the river. Maybe saugers. Certain rivers up here, we catch these saugers that come up the rivers from Bluestone and stuff like that. And they're just loaded everywhere in these creeks and rivers in the spring. Big saugers. I guess they're like, what they call them, false walleyes. Man, them things is good eating if you catch enough of them. And there ain't no limit on them neither. So you can eat it, load up on them things. You do any fishing in India, bro? I don't know what you said. You're from Bangladesh. MD Yosol Shiki Shikigami. I can't spell your name. Sorry about that, bro. Yeah, I ain't talking no drama shit over here, bro. A lot of people probably can't come in here and draw. Good for you. Cheers. I hope you stay warm. It's cold as fuck in the winter, bro. Lighten up for the season, right? Nah. I do follow a lot of freaking fishing channels like Richard Gene, the Fish Machine. Richard Gene, the fish machine. Moondog baits. I'm planning on doing some fishing here come springtime, but you know, right now I'm not sitting my plopping my ass out on no ice and drilling holes in the ice and freezing to death trying to catch a fish, dude. That's not me, dude. I'll wait till this shit thaws out and all the rivers are freaking thawed out. Then I'll go fishing, dude. Because here right now it's just trout fishing. Everybody's out snagging trout and shit in the rivers. So I'll probably be doing that here maybe sooner or later. Probably like in March, mid-March. That's when I like fishing, start fishing. You know what I mean? I do need to get some new baits and stuff. I was thinking about getting some Moondog baits from, forget the guy's channel name, and some Euro tackle bait. You know, like little micro lures and stuff. That's what my channel is about, is micro fishing in the spring and the summer. I do some technology stuff too. If you guys like tech videos, I got some how to build gaming computers, installing fans on computers, stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'm a variety channel. I'm outdoors tech, gaming, you know, I kind of mixed it up. I do different types of videos and stuff. You know, I don't stick to like doing one thing if I possibly can, you know what I mean? So, I think everybody should be like that, you know, do something productive with your channel instead of worrying about what other people got to say. You know what I mean? Drama. Yeah, drama sells, but it peters out for you later on down the road when everybody turns on you and stabs you in the fucking body with knives. You know what I mean? I don't care if I got like 2 people watching me and I don't give a shit about views. A lot of people do. I don't. You know what I mean? But, you know, if you like tech shit, I do some tech videos, you know. I got a few gaming videos. I need to start doing more gaming videos or gaming streams with OBS. I just, right now, I've just been so busy I can't do diddly squat, you know. Except, you know, work and freeze my ass off, I guess. Man, it is cold out there. I'm not gonna lie. 26, dude. 26 Fahrenheit out. But it feels like it's freaking like 3 degrees, man. I don't know, dude. This weather is insane, dude. I mean, the polar vortex was pretty bad last year, but this is like a whole different fucking beast. Because we had those big polar vortexes, but it melted fairly quick. This stuff ain't melted in 3 freaking weeks, but it's supposed to warm up though through the weekend. You know, like I think around Thursday you start seeing 31 if you live on the northeast here. 31 Fahrenheit, and then like in Saturday and Sunday it's gonna be like 40. Oh, I'm so down for that. I'm here for that, bro. Let me tell you. As soon as it starts warming up, bro, I'm in, bro. I'm in. That doesn't mean like all the lakes and stuff thaw out though. They still kind of stay frozen for weeks on end, especially as cold as it's been. Yeah, it's going to be frozen for a long time. That's why I don't like fishing until like mid March. You know, mainly river fishing, catching smallmouth in the winter time. They don't really hit very much in the winter, but you catch more trout in the winter. They love cold weather, dude. I don't know what it is. Trout are active as heck in the winter, dude. Especially when they stock them. And you can catch a trout on anything, even a French fry, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've caught them on French fries. I've caught them on dog food. I caught some really nice sized ones on dog food. Cat food, my bad, cat food. Dry cat food. And I'd tie it off on a hook and just chuck it out there, man. Them things just eat anything, dude. They just devour anything, bro. I guess it reminds them of their food pellets and shit. There's one place I go, and it's beautiful, dude. It's like a little creek down in Oceana. And it's just an old dam, I guess, where there was a mill at one time. And, you know, you got to bounce from one spot and you got to drive around to find another spot to hit up, you know what I mean? Because they kind of stay in this like little creek. I mean, the creek is no bigger than, like, I don't know, it's probably 10 feet across, but there's the biggest trout I've ever seen in those creeks, dude. Like 5 and 6 pound trout, but you can't eat them though. You got to throw them back because it's all sewer trout. We call them shit trout. But I tell you, that one creek, that's some of the biggest trout I've ever caught in my life, dude. They're not natives. You want to catch natives here, you got to walk miles and miles and miles in these little tiny creeks catching brook trout. I know a guy that works for Trout Unlimited. He does it all the time. I just ain't doing it, man. I ain't got time for that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for that shit, but my buddy's son does it all the time, dude. And my buddy I work with. He goes every weekend, dude, and just like loads up his fly rods, his fucking, yeah, I gotta go fishing, man. He ties flies and shit too. I went down to my uncle's house. He had a bunch of turkey feathers and stuff because he's big on turkey hunting. I gave him a bunch of turkey feathers and stuff. Yeah. And he makes some pretty cool flies. I think he uses deer, bucktails. He does like squirrel tails. You know, he puts all those hairs in there and then he paints them and stuff. To be on my pay grade, it's not my thing, but, you know, he loves it, dude. That's like his pastime, you know. I like fishing with a spinning reel or a Zebco, bro. That's just more my speed, you know. Medium light, light action, stuff like that, you know. I've caught some big fish, man, with spinning and tackle and stuff in my day. Lots of big fish, you know, blue cats. Hell, I wasn't even meaning to catch them. I was out there using ultralight stuff and using like Bobby Garland, gulp minnows, stuff like that, and big giant blue catfish whacked it, bro. I think the biggest one I caught out there was like 15 pounds. That was a couple of years ago. I got a video. I got catfished. You know what I mean? I love fishing, man. And if I can bring every people, you know, bring others with me in my adventures, that's fine. You know what I mean? If I put a smile on somebody's face or teach some kid how to fish, dude, with my experience, I've been fishing since I was, I don't know, 8 years old. And I could share some of the experiences that I've learned over the years catching fish. I've done my job on here for free. You know what I'm saying? I ain't charging none of y'all for this. I'll just bring my GoPro out on my kayak and go catch some fish. Maybe have a fish fry too, you know what I mean? I've done that before. I went camping last year, but I didn't really film any of the camping and, you know, eating the fish part, you know. It just, I don't have enough battery life and I don't have a power bank to charge all the stuff, so I can't really, you know, do like an overnight fishing type of challenge video, you know what I mean? I'm working it on a limited budget here. I got a GoPro, a phone, and 4 GoPro batteries. Once those 4 GoPro batteries are up, that's my fishing video, y'all. Because usually I film like hours of fishing, but I gotta weed through all the damn clips because it rolls over. You know, I don't know if you know anything about a GoPro. It just rolls over clips over and over and over and over. It's a lot more trouble than it's worth to make fishing videos, you know. But I like doing it. It's like a hobby for me, pretty much, you know, doing some fishing and, you know, different things, you know, gun reviews, technology, builds, whatever, you know, computer building. But the computer I just bought, I mean, the stuff I just built, my computer I just built, it looks pretty good now. I got all the fans in it and everything. I did a short video, you know, doing a demonstration of all the fans and stuff for it. It's not mine, it's my nephew's, actually. I built it for him because he's going to college. He's going to college, so I built him a computer for college, his college dorm. He was just going to buy an office computer. I was like, no, I don't do all that shit. I'll build you a nice one, dude. You know? I gave him a budget. He paid for it, so I got the parts, and then I think it was yesterday he came and got it after I put all the fans in it and stuff. It looks good, though. It looked good. Plus that, too, I had a bunch of spare parts laying around from previous AMD case transfers I did over the 3 or 4 years. You know, I had 2 extra cases and the butt ugly Master Box case I had laying around. and I put it in there, and then the motherboard, all that stuff in there, CPU, cooler, RGB lighting, fans, all that stuff, man. SSD. It looks really good. I don't have it on me right now, unfortunately. But he loves it, dude. He plays a lot of that. I forget what game he plays. It's some kind of zombie game. Fudge. And he plays Rust, too. I think he plays Rust. He does the tournament stuff. I play PUBG. That's my thing. I play tournaments on PUBG, and we got tournament leagues that I play in, you know, just on my off time when I'm not doing anything. And I don't mess with Fortnite at all. Just PUBG and Forza Horizon, and I play a little bit of Valorant. Valorant's pretty cool. I like Valorant. I play tournament leagues. You get on a server. If somebody sends you a server link, you know, I have a couple people that play it on a server link, and they send you the link, and you go and play tournaments and shit. But I'm not really good with Valorant, dude. But I'm pretty good with PUBG, though. I slay some ass in PUBG, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I like making them cry, dude. You hear people crying on the other end when you kill them. They spend all that time shooting up people and getting all their stuff, you know. Then you kill them and they get butthurt and try to kill you. I think one of my dudes' name is Dick Tree. That's the name of the character I use on that server, on the PUBG server. Dick Tree. It's a homage to a. I don't know if you guys have ever watched like those old threads, like beef threads from gaming from back in like 2008, 2009, and stuff like that, where they were doing like max level runs on Final Fantasy VII. There was a guy named Dick Tree who said he would get to level 99 on the first level in the reactor, and he got so clowned on YouTube, on social media, dude. He got his whole life fucked with. His name was Dick Tree. And then another guy did a whole stream doing it. Took him like, I don't know, 3 weeks to do it. But yeah, the guy was name was Infamous Dick Tree. I get hell for that name though on PUBG. Dick Tree. If you're from the gamer community, you ain't lived under a rock, bro. You know who Dick Tree is. You know what I mean? There's whole threads. There's like the myth and mythology around that dude getting trolled his ass off back in the day for not completing you know, the level 99 like level challenge that he said he was going to do. He always came up with excuses and shit. Look it up. It's funny as hell. But there's a guy that broke the 99 limit just to one up Dick Tree. You know what I mean? That's infamous, dude. It's infamous in the thread scene. You know what I mean? If you guys have never heard of it, I can find the link for you real quick. You guys can look at it yourselves. Dick Tree. See here. Trying to find you the video. Hang on. See, here we go. This is like one of the most infamous gamer beefs. If you're a gamer and you don't know about this, there's something wrong with you mentally. Let's see, copy link. This is a good dude. His name is Sabi Webs. I've been subscribed to this guy for years. If you guys don't know about Dick Tree, here you guys go. There's a link to it. They used to go on this like threads back in the day, and they used to beef fighting over Final Fantasy VII. Who could break the limit, 99 limit on the reactor? You can watch that video if you guys want. That tells more about it better than I can, you know. But if you're a gamer and you don't know about this, then there's something wrong with you mentally, because you know, if you were living under a rock back in them days, people used to fight in threads. They didn't really have YouTube and shit. Well, they did, but wasn't like it is now, you know, with streaming and shit. So people fought on threads back in the day, gamer threads. you know, talking about breaking levels and, you know, playing certain games and speed running and shit. You know what I mean? That's a link to it, guys. You can check it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a really big beef back in the day. I remember that shit, dude. I remember everybody fighting in the threads and shit back during fucking AOL down, you know, AOL days, you know, dial up internet and shit. But yeah, I gotta get going, guys. Hope you like the stream. I just thought I'd go live real quick. I gotta go to the store here in a minute. Gotta go get a few things before it gets bad out again. Hope you guys have a nice weekend and take it easy, everybody. Oh, hey, what's up, Carrie? I didn't. Were you there the whole time, or did you just pop in? It's good to see you, by the way, Carrie. Why? How's the Corey Feldman watching going? You doing good with Corey? You know, I be big ups on Corey, bro, for real. I'm a huge Corey fan. I'm a Corey dweeb, bro. I was a Corey dweeb. The Coreys. Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, you know, all the Coreys. Take care, Carrie. I hope you have a good one. I'm going to end the stream, but good to see you. I hope you're staying fit and warm in Iowa. You have a good one. God bless you, Carrie. Boy, he's getting a lot of hate right now. Give him some love. Hell yeah, shout out to Corey Feldman. What happened with Corey? What's going on with that? Oh, I love you too, Carrie. You know I love you. have one on me. I know, instead of having one, have 3 or 4 on me. You can tell me about the Corey thing next time you come in, Carrie. I hope you stay warm. I know you're probably getting some bad weather there too. You should have seen the beginning of the stream, busting snow off my porch. That'd be the second time I had to bust ice off my shit, dude. I have to share with you next time. Oh yeah, you definitely can, Carrie. Hope you stay warm with the hubby. You know what I'm saying? You guys have a good week. I might not be live again for a while. You know, I just do live every once in a while. I just do it to shake and giggle and talk to myself. You know what I mean? Take care, Carrie. Good night, everybody that showed up. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.